What is up, you guys? I hope you're having a wonderful day. Now, I have been thinking about it. It's an interesting topic. I mean, sure, everybody loves Singapore, and it's really hard to pinpoint about things you don't like about Singapore. And then so what I did was the last couple of days, I asked a couple of my friends, both locals and foreigners, to tell me what are the 3 things that they didn't like about Singapore. And sure, the most common answer would be the weather and it's expensive. So after doing a couple of research, I have come up with 14 things that you may or may not like about Singapore. It actually depends what kind of person you are. So let's start off with number 1. It rains a lot in Singapore. It does. A lot of times when I want to go out to do a vlog, I can't because it started raining, and when it rains, it pours here.
I just saw lightning.
Yeah.
Looks like a thunderbolt.
Ah, hear that?
Hear that?
Yeah,
I'm not joking about the storm.
Now, for those of you who think that this is not a valid reason, it is. Imagine if it rained and then you are on your raincoat, you wear something warm, you know, you keep yourself dry, and then the next minute, boom, it's bright and sunny and it's hot. And to follow up with number 1, number 2, it is also very humid here. Because it rains so much here, all the water evaporates and it becomes so humid here. I can guarantee you, you would sweat easily. It's the heat waves that keep smacking your face. Woo! It's hot. I'm almost home. Almost there. All this heat is giving me a very bad headache. Number 3, once a year we have this haze problem. It is basically Indonesia burning stuff and then it's all hazy here, and sometimes it's very difficult to breathe. Today's vlog was this close to not happening because the haze is back. Yes guys, the haze is back in Singapore. So that's something you gotta take note of. If you're traveling here, pick the period that Indonesia isn't burning anything. Number 4, people here, they won't smile at you. If you're walking on the street and then you see somebody and you're like, hey, good day. That's how it is here, because people here are very defensive. The first impression that they'll have is, what do you want from me? And people here are not very willing to help. It is like a culture thing here. And I believe a lot of foreigners who have visited here, you guys might have experienced that. There isn't much of courteous here. They open the door and say good morning and then, you know, thank you. This stuff don't happen here. It's like every man for himself here. Speaking of culture, we don't have much culture here. And that's number 5. Yeah, some of you could argue that, oh, we have Chinese New Year here, we celebrate Christmas. It's not like how you guys do Christmas in America. It's not like how you guys do Chinese New Year in China. All we do in Chinese New Year, well, I would say most of us do in Chinese New Year, is just go visiting relatives and then have reunion dinners, and that's it. We do not have like a festival that we go celebrate and everybody's joyful and start lighting up fireworks and all. That all don't happen here. And I think it's also because we are a multiracial country. Number 6, don't expect good service here. Our service is terrible. Customer service here are probably one of the worst in the world. I can't confirm that, but I know it's horrible. If I were to go to Thailand or if I were to go to any other country, their customer service are more gentle and warm and welcoming. Here, it's like, yes, can I help you? I would say most of the time, the customer service here are either rude, inflexible, or inattentive. I guess you guys would experience this when you are here. And if you were to compare it to other countries, our customer service is never gonna beat them. Number 7, if you are a fan of small living space, Singapore is for you. But if you're not, then get out of here. Singapore has like the smallest toilet, the smallest bedroom. Everything is small. Even the sitting areas are small. Here is Rob's room.
Creepy. I got a flat screen TV. Hold on.
He's fascinated about
I've never seen a toilet with nothing there.
It's like everything is miniature here. But like I said, if you're not picky about all this, then this shouldn't be a problem. Guys, it's hard to find things you won't like about Singapore. So this is tough. This is really a tough research. Some of my friends have told me that Singapore do not offer free Wi-Fi. Yes, we don't. We do not offer free Wi-Fi. I went to Korea and they had free Wi-Fi access everywhere. Like, you would think that this country, Singapore, is so modern that you could afford to provide free Wi-Fi everywhere. It's not. Unless in some business, you go there and you're a customer, then you're allowed to use their free Wi-Fi. Otherwise, you're not allowed to use their free Wi-Fi. And tapping into someone's Wi-Fi here is an offense. Yeah, don't do it. Number 9. Now, I got this from a lot of feedback when I was working at Chili's. If you have special diets, Singapore is the worst place for you. Yes, Singapore has a lot of food, a lot of different food around the world, but it is not easy to find places with gluten-free food. If you're gluten-free, or if you're vegan or vegetarian, total bill for what we've got, everything here, the drinks, is $30. What? Why is it that when we are having salads and healthy choices, it's more expensive than McDonald's? I mean, sure, it is possible to find them, just that be prepared to pay the premium. It's not gonna be cheap. So let's just say we have a burger, it goes at $30. If you're gluten-free, we just remove the buns and You just have the patty and you still pay $30. That's how it is here. Number 10. We are a small country. Getting from one place to another place in Singapore may only take you 1.5 hours by MRT. So if you're not a fan of small countries, then Singapore is not a place for you. If you're the type of traveler who wants to travel a lot, then I guess there's not much to travel in Singapore. Number 11. The beaches here in Singapore are clean. They are nice. However, the seawater is not. No, don't swim in the seawater.
We can be true. I want you to see what I see in us. Something so real, something so real. I want you to see that this is a love.
The seawater isn't clear. The problem is there is lots of ships in the sea. If you're looking at the ocean, you won't be able to see an empty ocean. You'll see lots of ships in Singapore, and that's the problem why our seawater isn't clear. They dumped a lot of stuff into the water. I used to work at the oil and gas industry, and I know that they dump stuff in the water. Unpleasant stuff. You wouldn't want to know about it. Number 12. If you're not a person who likes to stick to rules or a fan of laws and fines, then Singapore is probably the worst place for you, because we have a lot of laws here. And if all these laws scares you, then make sure you read the laws before coming here, because things that you feel that is harmless and it's nothing wrong, it could be wrong. Just like feeding the pigeons. If you see a flock of pigeons here and you feed them bread, it's an offense. You're not allowed to feed pigeons here. A flock of pigeons. Is that even right? Number 13. Traffic. Traffic here is a pain. Now, I'm not saying Singapore has the worst traffic. I mean, I know Bangkok traffic is terrible. I know traffic in Vietnam is terrible as well. But here, when it's rush hour, it is a pain to drive. That is why I use Freddy. Freddy. And my last point, number 14. If you're not a fan of scooters, there are a lot of scooters, e-bikes, bicycles in Singapore. While all these scooters are a pleasant and convenient way to get around, there are some people who just do not like it. And I can understand why, because there are some irresponsible riders as well. There are some that rides really fast in pavement and they really spoil the market for all of us. So I would say, if you're a scooter rider, ride safely and ride responsibly, because you do not want to harm the pedestrians and then get a lot of complaints and then finally they start to ban Freddy. I don't think you want that. Okay, so I think we've come to the end, and that is my 14 things that you may or may not like about Singapore. 14 things you may not like about Singapore, and I'm showing you an awesome background. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what did I miss out. If there's something you think that people may not like about Singapore, then write it down in the comments, and hopefully the tourists watching this video may be able to get more info in the comment section below. It's YouTube. We are a community. We share information around the world. If you enjoyed today's vlog, give me a thumbs up, like. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, you're welcome. Subscribe to this channel. I rode all the way to West Coast Park just to do that video. Those of you who are still around, I usually do extra stuff for my subscribers. This is my lifestyle vlog. Plan now is to head home, swap Freddy for Frankie, and then probably head to Jurong East, have dinner. Some of you guys spotted me and called me out on it. I get confused with Freddy and Frankie. Yes, I do. I do that sometimes. I'm sorry, Freddy. You and Frankie both almost have the same name. It's like your kids. How many of you guys get confused of calling your kids? If you have 2 kids, sometimes you use the wrong name for the wrong kid. Yeah, and that's what I have to deal with. And believe it or not, sometimes I call Vic Shaq and Shaq Vic. Guys, what is this place? MMA. Let's check this place out. Yes, it is a boxing place. Wow, they have MMA trainings here. Oh guys, look at this. Hyperforce. It's paintball here. Wow, look at all the helmets. And the safety body vests. Look at the field. Wow. Little cafeteria at the side here. There's football. And then there's cricket over there. Now the one thing good about this paintball over here is that the field is really big. It's like the biggest in Singapore. And they say that they use unlimited bullets. Unlimited paintball bullets. So you can shoot as much as you want. New discovery every day in Singapore. Freddy, it's charging time. And Frankie, it's your turn now. are here. Okay, we have to get off now. It's so crowded, I don't know where to have dinner. But let's go to the cinema and let's see what movie they have today. Ooh, they have Godzilla. Okay, done. I guess we'll be watching Godzilla. Food first. Quick meal at Moss Burger. Alright, dinner was quick and awesome. Now it's time for the movie. I will see you after the movie. Expect a movie review for Godzilla. Okay, movie is over and it is gonna fog. Yes, it's already fogging. Yep, all the shops are closed. Time to head home now. Oh my god. It's raining. Okay, I got a problem going home now. Well, thanks to the rain, I've got to take a bus back. Can't ride Frankie here now. Yep, it's all raining. It is a good thing that I watch an early movie. And thank God there is still buses back now. Otherwise, I will be trapped here. See, the bus terminal is still operational. There's still lots of people here. It's a good thing. It's all raining out there. This rain just isn't gonna stop. It is like that. It is like that in Singapore. Well, so I guess I have to do my movie review here. Godzilla, King of Monsters. This movie is a sequel to the 2014 Godzilla movie. If you're just the type that would like to go into a movie and just have fun and not care about the plot or anything, or maybe if you're drunk, yeah, if you're drunk, go into this movie, you'll enjoy it a lot more. In the 2014 Godzilla movie, there wasn't enough action. There wasn't enough fight between Godzilla and the monsters. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people complain about that movie because the build-up was too long before you can actually see Godzilla in action. However, I actually like the 2014 movie better than this movie. This story, the plot was messy, the story was crappy, camera angles, the camera just keep jumping here and there, and sometimes characters appear here and there. You'll be like wondering, wait, are they in the ship or are they in the base or what, where are they? It was completely messy. This is a fan service movie. You have a lot of scenes of Godzilla. You have him fighting in a couple of times. In the previous movie, there were not enough Godzilla scenes. This movie, you have a lot of Godzilla scenes. In the previous movie, you had not enough Godzilla fighting with monsters. This movie, you have Godzilla fighting with lots of monsters. And that is why I say this is a fan service movie. If you're a fan of Godzilla, you probably enjoy this a lot more than I did. So overall, I think I'll give this movie a 5 out of 10. Just because I feel like they tried so hard in this movie. You could see the effort in the CGI, you could see the effort in all the fighting scenes, and you can actually see that they're trying to build character. Having said that, it didn't execute well enough. Alright, I think that is it for my movie review for Godzilla, King of Monsters. The rain is not so heavy at the moment. I think I should be able to get home. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed today's vlog and I will see you in the next one. You guys keep smiling. See ya! Well, there you go. Unpredictable weather in Singapore. It happens a lot. You gotta be prepared. You could go into a shopping mall with great weather and come out having a disaster weather like that.